All right, today we're just kind of all over the place today, and we're way late, and we're going to go overtime for sure. I wanted to get a friend of mine because we have eulogized these seasons together. So let's welcome to the program my main man, Johnny Marks.
You got a freshie there, cuz.
Yeah, buddy.
Looking good. I had my playoff hair.
Yeah, you got good playoff hair.
So now I get to cut it next week because the Sixers are gone.
Yeah. How you feeling?
What's weird is this is almost like a moral victory Friday in that they got blown out to start the game and they actually made a game of it and the team fought. Right? They really, I can't believe they came back. They actually have a lead. I would have never thought that I would come in here today not really mad because I'm not mad at the players. Like literally.
Yeah, there's no blame other than you go Tobias.
He stinks, and we knew that.
Right. Like, you're the ghost. Right? Like, you're right. But I felt the same way. I'm more despondent that there's no games. Like, I hate the finality of seasons.
Right.
Right? Like, I like the extension. Like, hey, game Saturday night, game 7. Oh, let's go. Game 1 against the Pacers. Like, I love that. And then when that goes away, people go, oh, you're a homer. You think they're going to win the title every year. I didn't say that. No, didn't think they would beat Boston. I didn't think they'd win the title. But I enjoy my playoffs, man. It's like I won another round.
You're thinking about game 7 and then the season's over.
Right.
There's no, hey, well, at least we got one more game to end the season.
Right.
It's over. It's just over. Yeah, it's almost like a game 7 anytime you're eliminated. Like we know Tobias stinks. Maxey had the game, probably not of his life, but so far, it saved him in game 5. And Embiid's on one leg. He had a great night last night. I mean, heard you talking when I was driving in. Campaign's campaign. I mean, like, what do you expect? He's got that ugly 3-point shot, but he gave you energy. They made him run when he came into the game. But Buddy Hield, you had the Buddy Hield game. But ultimately, they're just not good enough.
Right.
And they don't know how to win. Joel Embiid doesn't know how to win. I heard you talking about LeBron, and it's really the only thing you could do right now. But there's just not enough talent on this team that you're going to win. And the Knicks are feisty. They're talented. And there's something about the way they play. Like, they just don't care. They weren't losing that series.
No.
And the 3 Villanova guys and everything else. But
how sick is that too, though? Like, that's so Philadelphian that we get stabbed by 3 kids from Villanova. Like, are you kidding me? And like, this is the other thing that just chaps my rear end is all those kids. We have Jay right here, right? Like, you're the Sixers. Like, if I'm the GM of the Sixers, I've said this, and I've said it to all the GMs that have gone here. You got Jay Wright. He knows how to develop players. His players succeed in the NBA, all right? So if you got Mikal Bridges, right, don't freaking trade him. But all the other thing is, you got, guys on the board, Josh Hart, right? Like, you got DiVincenzo. Look, draft them. You know what they are. You have the insight and the intel because you know Jay. Yeah. Jay's around. He's living at the facility. Like, like, why wouldn't you draft them? I don't understand why they didn't do that.
Remember when Andy drafted Brian Westbrook?
Yeah, I'm sticking the same thing.
And it's like
he stashed him.
He knew about Westbrook the same way that the Sixers should have known about these 76ers kids, right? And even after the draft, you could have had Josh Hart if you wanted Josh Hart. You could have had DiVincenzo. I mean, you could have had these guys. Brunson was probably ticketed to go to New York because his dad or whatever. Yeah. But the point is that they're so busy star hunting and looking at, like, oh, we need this Hart and we need that. Where you got real character players.
Winners.
They're winners, character players. Like Josh Hart, is he a good shooter? Josh Hart's not a great shooter. Guess who I won shooting the ball at the end of a game? And you saw it last night with a dagger. Josh Hart, he's taking big shots. DiVincenzo blocked Joel Embiid last night. He's not taking their crap. You need tough guys. And the Sixers, they showed me some toughness in this series, but still, like, it's just not enough. It's the first round. They lost in the first round of the playoffs, and I feel like because this isn't where we should be. We shouldn't be having it's a moral victory because they fought and they almost won the game.
Not 7 years after the process. Right.
I mean, you have the defending MVP. You have Maxey, who's a young star.
The 2 best players on the floor are obviously Embiid and Maxey.
And I'll say this: Daryl Morey has failed this organization. Some of it, he didn't sign Tobias Harris, so you can't blame everything. He drafted Tyrese Maxey. So I mean, since he got here, the Sixers haven't done what they're supposed to do. The whole reason they brought him in was because they couldn't get over a hump.
Well, I do think there's some other factors, like
sure.
like the Simmons, like he inherits the Simmons virus, right? And so you got to figure what to do there. So you go to Harden with his warts because he's a better flaw than Simmons. So you're hamstrung there. You're hamstrung with Tobias. So that's kind of, part of it. Now, to your point, this is the off season, right? Like it all comes down to this year. Like this is why you get Morey, that you have 2 players on the contract. Now go assemble a team where the ownership's going to give you whatever you need. You have all the cap space in the world. Go ahead, D. Go ahead, Eel. Make it happen, Eel.
Yep. I mean, they have one move essentially, right? That's left. They have a max contract.
Yeah, but they have all the cap space and the max.
Sure.
Slot.
So
by the way, just so you know, Wendy tweeted out that the Sixers, I don't mean to make you choke, the Sixers are monitoring the Jimmy Butler situation in Miami.
Ooh. I'll take LeBron.
Yes.
It's not even.
Yes.
It's not even close.
Yes.
Everything that he offers, even at this point in his career, is exactly what the Sixers need.
Yes.
He would be your point guard.
Yes.
Essentially.
Now Jimmy too, but I'm with you. I go if I had my druthers, LeBron first because he could still he could facilitate like you said, and he just could show you how to win.
Yep. Yeah, you need somebody. Embiid's. And Jimmy might have been that guy, and that's what stings because Joel needs that guy.
I know. They're looking. First of all, he's still a big. As much as he faces the basket and he's got a lockdown shot, somebody with the ball in their hands, kind of like the only way it's the close games. Like he's still at the mercy of his facilitator.
Yeah, no, he can't do it because you see what happens when you overuse him in playoff series. They double down on him. Now, he did a great job in getting some open shots, even in Game 5 for guys, but you're going to get a lot of turnovers whenever you're doing that. No, I mean, and honestly, they just can't have Maxey and Embiid and then add, like, the talk of Paul George because he's obviously a free agent and could command a max salary. No, thank you. Paul George,
I think he's going back to the Clippers anyway. That's the latest.
He didn't want to come to Philly. He's just going to use the Sixers to make sure he gets his money. But a player like that, to me, is just if you want to win a championship, and this is where I am right now. I mean, what are we doing? You're gonna miss out on Joel, and you're gonna miss out on Joel.
No, you're right.
Period. You're gonna miss out on him. So if you don't get, and LeBron might be the Hail Mary right now, and I know that he didn't even show up for the meeting a couple years ago, so I don't know how realistic it is. But if you're looking at from a pure basketball standpoint, where he should want to go, there's the Sixers. Golden State's not winning with just LeBron being added to that team.
The Lakers aren't. No.
Yeah, the Lakers aren't winning. The Sixers could win the East.
Yeah. And he tweeted about Maxey's performance at the Garden. No, you're right. This portion, by the way, of the Anthony Gargano Show, brought to you by Rite Aid, your neighborhood pharmacy. Go to Rite Aid for all your goods, riteaid.com. Your attitude is so on point. Like, we're almost angry at not being able to be angry, like, because you saw some growth, you saw some heart, right? You didn't see the winning formula, but you saw them respond. Like they were on the mat, right, 33-11, and then they come out and boom, they're leading at halftime. You're like, wow, how about the turnaround? Then they're up 10
I know, that's
in the third quarter. That was a killer because that's when you stop on the throat. But okay, but then at the end. Toward the end of the game, you're down 109-101. Game over, right?
Yep.
And they get back into it.
Yeah.
And they tie it. The Maxey goaltend and won. The game's tied. You want to talk about cruel. Every one of these games, the 4 losses in this series, cruel.
Yep. Yeah, it's I hate to have moral victories, but because no one's celebrating it. But at least in previous years, I think we're conditioned to being mad at Embiid, for being mad at Harden, for them looking like that they totally quit on the floor, to reacting poorly after press conferences, which we see Embiid done a number of times now. You didn't get any of that.
Yeah.
And Tobias, you just know that he's gone after he's done. And like, what am I going to do? Yell and scream about Tobias not scoring any points?
Did you run any traffic from the Tobias parade?
No, I took an alternate route.
And everything. I know that the Violations Greg went down there, and I think Andrew went and grabbed a beer.
Yeah, no, I took an alternate route. You know, it directed me around it.
Smart.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to get caught up in that.
Sure, the Philly police made sure the Tobias farewell.
I mean,
parade.
when we look back at bad contracts, what a disaster.
Dude, I got to give you the Friday Five. All right, I'm going to give the guys the Friday Five, but I got to give you the Friday Five.
All right, give it to me.
All right, because I'm curious to see. One of the questions is the contract. So you ready? Rank the 3 worst signings. Or you can do come to your head because I'm hitting you cold. The 3 worst signings of a Philadelphia team. Tobias has got to be one, right?
For the Sixers, who else would it be? Right? Who else have they given max money to or something like? I mean, Elton Brand was the Philly max, but he also I liked Elton.
Yeah.
I don't particularly like Tobias and his attitude of I'm this great player or whatever. Tobias is bad.
Any sport.
Yeah, I mean,
Ron Salt
was terrible, and he was coming off of steroids. That's why he was good. DeMarco Murray, horrible. Byron Maxwell, horrible. Andy Ashby was a trade. Adam Eaton,
Lance Parrish
has to be considered, even though it's 30 years ago now.
Yeah.
I mean, like I'm trying to think. Flyers, Chris Gratton.
There was yes, the Gratton. That's a great one.
That's
a great one. All right, do this for me. New enemies. So the one thing I love about a series is that new enemies arise. So give me your 3 new enemies. And listen, I love the kid's Hart, but he's a hate to face, Josh Hart.
Oh, for sure. Oh my God, no. And the reason why I love him, I heard you and Keith talking about this. He was pissed the Sixers didn't draft him, and he still holds that.
Yeah.
As I would as well.
Yes,
as I would too. It's just
yes, you would.
Yep, exactly. So, but God, he's a hate to face. Honestly, of all those guys, DiVincenzo, like just that little mustache and the little red goatee, he blocks Embiid, and he like it's like
and he comes out with a
I know. Yeah. I hate him.
I know.
But like you wish he was a 76er.
I go Tracy Morgan.
Oh God, man!
Giving Maxey the finger.
How great was that?
You're not even funny anymore. So get out, baby.
John Stewart looking that one shot of John Stewart where he's like shocked, like, and Maxey's just walking right past.
Dude, that's a mural.
Yes, it is.
That's unbelievable. This is why we're the greatest city ever. Is that we put a mural up of that moment somewhere? Where is it? North Philly? Somewhere around. Where's it at?
I think
Fishtown?
It's on Garage, the bar Garage.
It's
not far from here, probably.
Somewhere.
Yeah, I loved it. Anyway, give me this. Give me rank the losses of the Sixer losses. Does this crack a top 3? I don't think so.
No. I mean, honestly,
of the series now.
The Hawks, the Ben Simmons non-dunk is the year I felt like the team could have. And then you have the shot against Toronto, which was just an absolute killer. I got to go that. I mean, was this a worse loss than earlier in the series? Game 2? Game 2, you totally changed the series where you go 1-1 as opposed to going down game 2. So of this series, that was definitely the hardest one.
All right, finally, 2 more. Eagles and Phillies. So we now turn our attention because this is this cycle, right? We live like in this circle, right? 4 for 4 with Union. And then we just go season to season to season to season. And so now we look ahead. Phillies are playing incredible ball. They're a great team. What are you looking forward to most, Phillies and Eagles?
Oh, man. I think the one time I was here, we were talking about the rotation and how I didn't know if I liked the number 2 in the rotation. Well, the number 2 is not Aaron Nolan in the rotation.
Ranger.
So Ranger has taken a step this year, and I guess maybe we could have seen it coming. He's in his upper 20s. He's always he really knows how to pitch. He's not relying on velocity. He's not relying on just having his pure stuff.
Yeah.
Man, he hits the corners. He's a competitor. He's never rattled. Their starting rotation's really good. And as much as, I would have loved that they could have traded Taijuan Walker in the offseason, having a sixth starter there in case of injury and things like that, they're deep with Turnbull and Walker and everybody else. So, I mean, and I love watching Alec Boehm. I've been bullish on Boehm for a couple of years now.
Oh, you got to read Jim Salisbury's piece, allphly.com. Jimmy wrote a piece on Boehm. Fantastic stuff.
Yep, and I'm personal friends with his parents. I partied with them after. Well, I'm not friends with them, but I partied with them after a World Series game.
Oh, that's awesome! The Boom.
Yeah, his mom pays attention a lot on social media, so she knows a lot of the players on Philly Twitter that she was asking me about. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome! I love that.
Yeah, Boehm. He's been.
How about with the Phillies? How great what they did, and the I love this place Alec Boehm giveaway.
Smart.
Now, nobody's better at like celebrations or shirt doing gear or all stuff like that. I love that. I love this place giveaway.
And the kid handled it completely perfect. I mean, and we're going back a couple years now, but he handled it great. And now, how you look at him, he's got so much confidence up there. So they've exceeded my expectations. I expected them to be a playoff team this year. You can easily look at this team and say, hey, can they win 95 and win the division? I think the answer is yes.
I mean, listen, Braves are ridiculous. They don't lose either. But I still give the Phillies the rotation nod, right? Birds, what are you looking forward to the most? And by the way, I need your draft. What'd you think?
I saw the video of Howie in the draft room before
he was fired up.
Yeah, like
when Cooper was still there.
It's great. It's great to see the inner workings.
Howie Potter.
And I mean, it's amazing that they were able to get that value, and also somebody that's going to be able to contribute this year. It's one thing to get a second-round draft pick and you're happy about it. You can slot this kid in right now. He's going to play at multiple positions. He's going to help you in the return game. He just dunks on fools during game. I mean, did you see the basketball video of him? He doesn't even take shots, which I love. He probably can't shoot. He just wants to dunk on everybody. He's not 6'5". I love this kid. I'm really, really excited about the defense. I'm really, really excited to see some of this youth, and give Howie credit. Their third pick, it could have bust written all over it, but you know what? You sometimes you swing for the fences on some of these draft picks, and you might end up being somebody that gets to the pass rusher. But I'm excited. I'm excited to see some speed. They desperately needed speed, playmaking, and some youth on defense. Yeah, I think they've done that.
Yeah, I'm with you. Our next excitement when it comes to the Eagles will be the schedule release. Now, we know the opponents, but it's always fun to see when it is. And, I'm a loser. I like to do the W's and L's.
So does everybody else. People like to complain about doing W's and L's.
Oh, it's so meaningless. And well, duh. Like,
we're not allowed to look at the schedule of our team. That makes me so annoyed.
Like, we're supposed to be sports fans. Like, you love that stuff. Anyway, last question. And as I look at the bro, so the bro is making mint juleps, all right? Because
alteration.
Awesome. He's our bartender, and it's Derby weekend.
Yes,
and the Derby is the mint julep is the cocktail of the Derby.
No mint julep. No mint julep.
Oh no,
we're making something else.
Oh really?
Yeah, we got a surprise coming for
bro.
you.
All right. Well, we'll see. But let me ask you, give me another drink, cocktail, beer, that could be anything, for an occasion.
A Manhattan. A vodka gimlet. I mean, I don't even know what
what's it for? Like the
that's
occasion.
What I'm trying to say. Well, that's a better question. I was just thinking Manhattan. For I love Manhattans. Cinco de Mayo, you have the margarita.
Yes. Yeah.
For St. Patrick's Day, you have the Irish car bomb.
Yeah, or a nice Guinness. There you go. But I always like those festive things, like the Christmas holidays. You get the egg, spiked eggnog, all that stuff.
Do you like mint juleps?
No, I don't.
But it's the occasion, like so you drink them.
But I'll drink it. Right. I'll drink anything for an occasion.
Right.
I'll drink anything for an occasion.
Are you a Derby guy? Are you going to be dressed up in the suit?
No. No.
Your wife wears the hat?
To parks. No, she don't. No. Tooch will. No, I won't. I'll be. Hopefully, Mossy can rally. He's sick, so we have a baseball tournament. He's going to miss tonight. He's got 2 games tonight. He's going to miss it.
Man.
So I'm hoping tomorrow they're playing the Diamond Nation. So I'm hoping we can make it tomorrow.
Can you get him over to NovaCare for an IV or something like that? Get him on the table.
I need him, man. I felt bad. He had a fever.
Oh, man.
So, whatever.
All right, well, good luck.
All right, but listen, you hang out. We're gonna do the clubhouse.
Okay.
We'll pull in chairs. And
All
we'll
right.
just drink our sorrows.
All right, I'm here.
As another season that we eulogize.
We're used to it by now with this.
I know. How's the show? Your podcast.
Yeah, I'm doing it twice a week. It's fine. But Bet Parks, since you're talking about Bet Parks, Out of the Parks with Jon Marks, we do new episodes on Wednesdays.
Out of the Parks with Jon Marks.
See what they did that? Parks, Marks.
I love it.
Rhymes.
Beautiful.
So, yeah, it's going great.
Love it,
I'm
Johnny.
so excited about the Phillies this year.
I know you are. So hopefully you'll be talking about the Phillies here too as well many times coming up shortly.
We all silly like the mayor.